Just what is driving these protests, especially here in the U.S.?
Time magazine columnist Joe Klein took a road trip from Texas to Iowa, asking middle-class Americans what is on their minds. His story is on the cover of Time this week. The Silent Majority. The article is called Middle of the Road. It is a great read. We encourage you to check it out if you get a chance.
Thanks.
Joe, good morning.
Good morning.
Couple numbers from a recent Time poll. 81% of Americans believe America's on the wrong track. I also was very intrigued by this one that was in your article. 89%, you call it a staggeringly wonderful 89%, believe politicians should compromise on major issues like the deficit rather than take a hard line. How is it that this great big middle gets lost sometimes?
It's us. It's our fault. You know, we concentrate on the sensational. And it was really interesting when I talked to average Americans out there. They have very mixed feelings about the Tea Party. They don't agree with the Tea Party's politics for the most part. Only 11% in that same poll identified themselves as Tea Party supporters. But they admire the fact that the Tea Party was able to build a large enough megaphone to influence the debate in Washington, and they feel we don't have any influence at all.
You had Occupy Wall Street was sort of really in its early stages.
Yes.
As you were wrapping up your trip. Was anybody talking about it, though, at that point?
No, they were not talking about it at that point. They weren't talking about Occupy Wall Street. There are very strong feelings about Wall Street out in the country. The road trip I took last year, which is very similar, and you know, people were talking about the fact that the shenanigans on Wall Street were what caused their home values to plummet, and so the feelings are very strong about that.
What do you make of Occupy Wall Street so far?
Well, I think that the substance of it touches a chord that people feel out in the country.
With these folks that you were talking to?
Yes, yes. But the big question is the style of it. If they're going to get themselves arrested or do violent things or make a spectacle of themselves, that's not going to, right now, a lot of people really approve of this movement, and those numbers are going to change very dramatically.
Something else that stuck out in the article, you spoke with some people who said they feel people just aren't working as hard as maybe their parents did 60 years ago. And I think it was a woman who said there are so many ups, we just don't know how to handle the downs anymore.
Right.
I mean, so you get that, and so many people are saying this, but then how does that translate on a larger scale? Do we essentially have to reset our thinking as a country?
Yeah, we do. I mean, we've had this incredible period of peace and prosperity, historic in the history of the world. And I think that during that time, we kind of lost the habits of citizenship, and we also felt that good things were just going to come to us by entitlement. The fact is that most really amazing thing on this trip is how introspective a lot of people are becoming now, saying, what is it about our country that is causing this decline? 71% of the people in the country think that America is in a long-term decline.
Scary stuff.
It's very un-American.
It is.
But the article is quite American. So again, if you get a chance to check it out, do so. Joe, good to see you. Thanks very much.
Good to be here.
Nice to have you.